What's up, guys? This is Game of Bros. I'm Frankie the Cisco Kid.
And I'm Corey the Stigs.
Real quick, before we start the video, I just want to give a shout out to all you fans, and one in particular, Polygon? Pyrolon? Okay, hey, anyway, thank you. I changed my smoke detectors, and now my family can sleep in peace at night, knowing that if a fire happens, I'll be okay. So, I salute you, buddy. Thank you. Anyways, guys, on a serious note, thank you for the subscribers, the views, the likes, the comments. It was great knowing that we had, over 100 countries watch us. I know it's not the biggest thing, 3,000, 300 something views, but to us, that meant a lot. That means our hard work is paying off, and we just want to say thank you.
Yeah, we're a small channel just starting out, so we appreciate you guys giving us a chance, and thank you for watching last week. It was awesome.
But let's get down to business. Corey, start us off.
All right. Well, where we want to go first is Bran sees another vision into the past. He's at the Tower of Joy, and he sees his father, Ned Stark, Mira's father, Howland, and they're fighting the legendary Ser Arthur Dayne at the Tower of Joy.
And just when you think you're finally going to realize what is the importance of his sister, he runs out of breath, right? Is that what he says?
It's an amazing fight sequence. We see the whole fight pre-entering the tower.
Right.
And it's an excellent, well-shot action sequence. Unfortunately, they tease you, man. They show you just enough, and you're like, oh my god, you're gonna cut out the most important details. But the one thing that upset me about the whole Tower of Joy sequence, all right,
you did call it out.
Bran says he's not as good as Arthur.
His father was still young at the time, so he's not as good as a swordsman as he was.
He can't beat him, and the Three-Eyed Raven was like, you're right, he's not the same caliber. And then we see Howland save Ned and stab Arthur Dayne in the back and win the fight. But my issue with that is in season 3, episode 2, when Bran meets the Reeds, Jojen and Mira, he mentions that your father saved my father's life.
And then it just happened. Wait, hold on. Maybe he's been going through so much by going back in time and breathing.
I don't care about his trippy visions. I don't care what kind of shrooms Bran has been on. You'd think he might, remember.
The show's still great. It's just that was a hiccup.
Minor hiccup. Minor continuity error. Listen, I love this show. It's my favorite show on TV. I gotta call you on that. But the sequence overall was awesome. I wish we got the whole thing.
Right. What would you say about the episode? I think during the episode I told you it's probably the weakest of the first.
It's filler.
Yeah, right. It just gives you what you need. It's like, here's episode 3. It's a roller coaster ride. It's getting you up that hill and just gonna put you right back down.
Other than Bran, Jon, and Arya, I feel like this episode was mostly filler.
Yeah.
Those 3, it's important, integral to the story. The other stuff is kind of filler. But let's get right back into the wall. Jon Snow is awake, and he can't believe it. He's alive because he remembers everything.
He does. Yeah,
he remembers Olly stabbing him in the heart. And Melisandre asked him, well, what did you see when you were...
I think she was so stunned that she was like, whoa, you didn't see anything? He was like, it was black, it was dark. Nothing was there. And it just kind of shocked her that, all this, what she's been told or how she's been living is just not... It's not what she, it is. So I just think, and then just Jon Snow coming back, and I think they're going to be a great duo. I honestly think
him and Davos. Yeah. I feel like that duo was going to be awesome together. Davos was always giving Stannis great advice,
kind of like you and me.
I know, right?
And he's going to be there where he needs to be. He's going to listen to him, and it's going to work great.
The next thing I want to cover, actually, let's cover the sequence.
Let's just go ahead and cover the whole
wall.
Okay. Yeah. I told Corey, I really would like them to all be beheaded. I figure you might as well do it that way because
they're traitors.
Right. So you might as well behead them.
Who's to say they won't betray the next Lord Commander of the Night's
Watch?
Right.
Exactly. So you should just behead them. You're gonna burn them anyway. You're gonna waste logs. You're gonna waste fire. Because if you don't behead them, they won't turn into the White Walkers. I thought they should just be hit all. It may have took some time, but hey, I think it would have been perfectly justice.
I think it would have been cooler, but I like that they're gone.
Right. Yes.
I wanted them all gone. So that was very satisfying, and I think a lot of fans I mean, I can't believe it, but a lot of fans are happy that a kid died.
Right, yeah. That's
Everyone's least favorite character, Olly, is no
well.
longer.
Apparently, he thought he was part of the Night's Watch after being there 3 days.
I know, like,
For the Watch.
you've been, dude. You just like got here, man. Like, you ain't a member of the Watch, and like, I'm just really happy. It seems like Jon's arc's moving forward. At the very end of the episode, he says, "My watch has ended."
Yes, I loved the ending of this episode. It wasn't the best episode, like I said, but the ending was awesome.
And while we're on the Jon Snow subject, the preview to next week, it looks like Sansa's arriving at the Wall. Exciting stuff. Like Jon's storyline, Sansa's storyline, they're coming together.
The Starks are coming back, which is awesome.
It's amazing.
The next scene I would like to talk about is the Arya.
I agree.
I love that she finally got her side back. It's really good. She's been deserving of it. She whooped ass too.
She was not kicking the waif's ass.
Yes.
And like you can tell, she's excelling in her training.
Yes.
And like I don't know. I think she's gonna leave Bravos at some point this year.
I think this she will. I actually think maybe mid-season.
Yeah.
We're almost there. So I say like 2 or 3 more episodes. She'll be out of there, and she'll finally be heading back. So.
I agree. It's exciting, and it'll be fun to see what kind of revenge she can get for the Starks as well. The next thing we should talk about, I guess, is the Khaleesi. We got to see her again.
Right. It wasn't a big thing. It was kind of just like a little bit of,
The one thing that I find interesting about this whole thing, they kind of threatened her, but it's not going to last.
I just feel like they were trying to tell her, like, you can't do it. You can't leave because we've tried it, and this is
the way things are.
Right, and she's not a part of that life anymore. Yeah. So right, and I just she kind of stands up for herself.
She's become powerful.
Right,
and
exactly.
She will find a way, and
she has those dragons. They're gonna find her. I mean,
absolutely.
So. I just that was again a filler wasn't enough to fill your appetite. But it was good.
It wasn't a particularly exciting sequence.
She didn't last. She wasn't gonna last.
She was.
So it was just something just to get you going.
How about Varys? I loved the Spiders plot this week. I feel like
I actually like that he had a lot of airtime this time.
Yes.
Varys usually never gets that much airtime unless it's actually with the Star. He had his own own scene, which was awesome because usually it's either him with Tyrion, him with Littlefingers. This actually had his own thing, and I think you said it earlier. I think he's my favorite B-lister, right?
B-level character. Yeah, so, I absolutely agree with that. Littlefinger is a very interesting character, but like I don't know, Varys. Like he adds another layer of secrecy and like intrigue.
But I mean, I really hope he never screws anybody over because I like him that much. But like, man, he could screw some people over and he doesn't. Yeah. Well, to our knowledge, he doesn't.
Right, so, absolutely.
I would actually. The next thing I want to talk about is the mountain. Jamie and
interesting stuff.
That was awesome. I mean, I think these 3 are gonna form like an awesome trio, and they're gonna be hard to mess with.
Sure, I agree with what you're saying, but the one thing I found interesting with the whole sequence, Cersei's like, we don't have to defeat a whole army with him. We only have to defeat one.
Yeah.
To win the trial by combat.
Trial by combat.
And while I think the Mountain would be the front runner in any trial by combat, if he were to lose, Cersei's. So
I think, me personally, I think Cersei's gonna die at the hands of Arya. Honestly,
possibly.
I think that to me, I hope. Yeah. I would love for that to happen, but who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Arya's definitely going to get a major kill somewhere.
What did you think of the whole the table where they all got up and left? They did not want them to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, they're like, I'm Lord Commander of the Kingsguard. I have every right to be here, and he's right. That is
because he always was there.
That's a rule.
Yeah.
But they're like, well, you can't force us to stay here though.
Yeah, so that was awesome.
Kevin Lannister, Grand Maester Pycelle, and Olenna Tyrell, they're like, fine, we don't need to see.
Yeah, we don't need to be here. So that was awesome too.
It was cool.
The next thing.
Sam and Gilly, it was very brief, but it was cool to see them.
Yeah, it was a good little. Again, it was a filler.
Yeah,
it was kind of good to see where they had been. I guess the next thing I would say Ramsay.
God, that was a crazy.
We called that, huh?
Yeah,
that was awesome.
And he's got the youngest Stark kid. Yes. I think Jon and Sansa have every reason to want to come back to Winterfell and do some damage now.
So I want to see and that guy was awesome. The one who was talking to Ramsay. That I'm not going to get on my
The new Lord Umber. He's not going to take Ramsay shit.
And then they killed a direwolf. That was crazy.
Yeah, Rickon's direwolf's dead. That was a great. You know what? That was a sequence. That was pretty important too. That I feel like we we were said there are 3 key sequences. That's a key sequence.
Right.
Having a Stark kid in captive, it's huge for the plot going forward. And it's going to be really exciting to see Jon and Sansa finding out about this. You know they're going to go and save their brother. Rickon being in jeopardy, I feel like Jon is going to go head on with Ramsay.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be exciting.
But other than that, guys, do you have anything else to bring to the table?
The only thing I have to add is I'm super excited for that potential Sansa Jon reunion that I think we're getting next week.
I think so too. I think let's go ahead and we'll put the official Game of Bros stamp on it. I think that's gonna happen next week. But anyway, guys, that's Game of Bros. Like I said, give us a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. We're
Thanks,
out,
guys.